Hey everybody, it's Queen of Light 1111 here with your Wednesday reading. Thank you all, excuse me, for all of your kind words on Instagram and all the messages that I received through email around not being able to do a reading on Monday because I've just really been unwell. Today's the first day I actually started to feel a little better, and it's also the 12/12 portal, so I wanted to make sure, sorry, that I really was able to do a reading for you guys on this twin flame collective, okay? I don't see that much has changed maybe from Friday, but then again, I don't really recall what happened on Friday except that, oh, that's right, I'm every woman. We had all of the queens show up, so it's a little different. This time I'm really feeling like the masculine's kind of coming into his energy. I feel like the Empress is represented here 2 times, so the Queen comes out on the Divine Feminine side. I also feel like we're closing cycles. We're closing cycles. We really are. I mean, there's been a lot of talk around this next kind of 9 days, 12/12 to 12/21, which is the Winter Solstice, which is major changes and awakenings happening for the masculine. And I really kind of feel like that is occurring or will occur. We got the 10 of Swords 2 times. We got it in the bottom of the deck for the connective and future energies. We also got it, where else did we get it? I know I saw it twice. We got it in another area, which I'll go over once I get to that part of the reading. But I just feel like cycles are definitely gonna close here. Oh, 10 of Swords was in the after space for the feminine. So there's definitely cycles closing. I've used, again, way too many decks. I need to stop this, but you know how I feel about this before and after deck now. And and I didn't use a Lenormand today. If I get time at the end, I might pull out the Lenormand, but I've been using the before and after tarot. I've got the energies for the current spaces for the divine masculine and feminine. I have my current and future energies. Then I have messages from the masculine to the feminine and the feminine to the masculine, and then from the universe. Okay, so I've got 3, 6, 7 decks. So I've used, obviously, the before and after tarot. I'm using those. I'm using the mystic dreamers for the feminine. I'm using the shadowscapes for the masculine. I have used the angel tarot from messages from the masculine, the feminine, and the universe, clarified by the Rider-Waite, and the Arcanum tarot for the connective energies. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. In the divine masculine's head space, his bottom of the deck for his energies, for his head space, heart space, and 3D space is the 5 of Cups. He's in a period of sadness right now. He's sad. He's regretful. He's thinking about the past, about maybe what has occurred. We're getting the 5s a lot. We've got the 5 of Wands. We've got the 5 of Swords. We've the 5 of Cups. We've the 5 of Pentacles. They're in a period of challenge. They're just trying to end this challenging cycle that they're in, both of them. And so he is very much in this regretful state, 5 of Cups, okay? So remember that as we go through his energies. So before, in his headspace, before he got into these energies that I'm going to go over, he was operating from the 7 of Swords, which is like sneaky behavior, thinking that maybe he was going to get away with something, or maybe there was gossip about him. There was something happening that wasn't on the up and up, and that happened in this connection, okay? And that is what made all of these 5s appear. 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands. So maybe it was like other people intervening in the relationship. Maybe it was him, keeping things from the connection, but there was definitely this like beginning of wanting to maybe be deceitful again. And so that's what he's remembering in his headspace. That's where he's operating from. And then he goes straight into the devil's energy, which is like he's obsessed with his thoughts of this sadness of what has transpired. And the devil's energy is also like he's feeling a little stuck in his head. He's stuck about his Queen of Wands. This is the feminine. The Queen of Wands, right? She's fiery, she's independent, she's alluring, she's confident. She'll leave you, right? If you do not show up for her like she deserves. So he's really having some obsessive thoughts about his Queen of Wands, and he's guarded, he's defensive, Seven of Wands. He also may be fighting for this connection too, or trying to internally in his mind fight for this connection because he wants to be successful. He wants to make this work with her. So that's his current energy. He started with the foundation of like there was something going on with other people. Okay, I'm not saying that there was a third party energy. I am saying third party. Third party doesn't have to necessarily mean that he was in another relationship. It could have been other people were getting involved, misconstruing information, being deceitful, and he's trying to like either cover it up or do whatever. I'm not saying he's innocent, but he certainly played a part in it, and it was just created her to be like, I'm out, okay? And so he's obsessing over that, and he's obsessing with that devil's energy, obsessing over these thoughts and this, what happened, and he's just feeling stuck. How am I going to get my Queen of Wands back? I want to fight for my relationship, but I'm also feeling guarded because I don't know if she wants me back, but I want to be successful. And so what happens after this desire of success in his headspace? Well, Hierophant. I love it when the Hierophant comes out with the Seven of Swords because it means he's laying down his swords. He's laying down the deceitful energy. He's learned his lessons. He understands that this is a contract that he wants to take part in and help give you the world. Okay, so you both can hold the world in your hands. He wants that. That's the success he wants, to honor the contract and then offer you this world and be your partner. This is about partnerships. This is about success. This is about coming together. That's what happens in his headspace after he goes through this kind of thinking and that type of energy. Now, in her headspace, her bottom of the deck is the Seven of Cups. Okay, the Seven of Cups is about procrastination. It's about fantasy. It's about choices. It's all about like, geez, is this connection real? Like, did I dream this up? But I just kind of feel like she's a higher vibration, and she knows that. She knows she didn't dream it up, but she's also not really going to do anything about this relationship at this time, because where she started when they were together, she's like, I want this Ten of Pentacles. He's my long-term partner. I want to have this family, this success. I want to have all of this with him. Okay, this is where she was operating. She wanted the Ten of Pentacles, but they came into this conflict, this fight, which started with the Seven of Swords energy with other people, and it's like there's this fight. Five of Swords is nobody wins. Five of Swords is a card of defeat. And so she feels defeated in this connection at this time. So she's retreated. Four of Swords. She's retreated. She's recuperating. She is resting from this battle, from this Five of Wands, where again, other people, like they're conflicting, they're challenged, they're fighting. And, it's just like, she's like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I want to come back to a happier time. Six of Cups. I'm nostalgic. I know this is an important connection in my life. I want him back. But you know what? I just can't continue to do this anymore. This fighting and this battling and this conflict. I know I wanted Ten of Pentacles with him, but it is starting to drain me. It is a lot. So what does she do after this reminiscing and after knowing that she wants him? What does she do? Seven of Wands. She starts to fight for her love. Page of Cups. The fish is now out of the water. You can drink from this cup now. This is the offer of love. Okay, so it's like the Seven of Wands in the traditional sense is like you're getting prepared to defend yourself. So now she's actually defending herself and her connection from any other parties, any third parties, anyone that started this battle with them. She's starting to fight them off. She's starting to fight them off because there's this offer of love. She knows that she's going to get that from her masculine. Okay, she knows that he is awakening, that he's going to become a king. And she's defending now, right? She wants to come out of this Five of Swords, Five of Wands energy where other people have gotten involved and there's been conflict in their connection. And granted, he had some part to do with it. But I feel like because of his awakening and his ascension, and she knows this, I really feel like now she's like, you know what? I'm going to fight for this connection. I'm going to fight for this connection. I'm going to fight for my relationship by still honoring myself. She's still going to honor herself, okay? Because he needs to show up for her. She's not going to start fighting for this love for nothing. He's going to need to show up. But should he show up, she is prepared to fight for the connection, okay? In the heart space, where did he start? Well, this is Eight of Pentacles. It's like what he did was after this fight, after this battle, after this defensiveness, after this devil's energy of feeling stuck in his head, he just started focusing on his career, just started focusing on his work. That's what he was doing. He didn't really want to feel anything. So then what happens when he starts to feel? What happens? Six of Cups. It's a match to her headspace. He also starts to understand. Okay, remember Seven of Wands and Seven of Wands, like he's guarded, but she's ready to fight. So now we have Six of Cups, right? She's nostalgic. First card out for him while he's been working, while he's been trying to numb himself is like, yeah, I want to go back. I want to get back together. This is a soul connection. I'm reminiscing about the past when things were happy. I want reunion. Three of Cups. I want a new beginning. Ace of Wands. So how am I going to do that? Two of Wands, he's planning. And Two of Wands, remember, comes up in his headspace. So he's going to be strategic because he wants to be successful. So he'll figure it out in his head and in his heart how to win back his queen. So what happens after he wins back his queen? Like after he goes through this planning, well, his heart's going to be open. He's going to be able to give to her again. He's going to be able to give again. Okay? But most importantly, be able to receive her love this time too. Now for her, she was in the Three of Pentacles energy, which was like, again, remember, she was in Ten of Pentacles in her headspace. I want this family. I want to create this legacy. And then she was planning for it. Three of Pentacles. How are we going to work together to build this? But now she's evaluating this connection. She wants to move away from it and continue her higher growth and her higher learning about how she can manifest something long term, either with or without him, okay? But what happens? What happens after this evaluation and this moving into her own self-discovery? Well, she sees him as the King of Wands, which is the match to his 3D space, which is the match to the Queen of Wands in his headspace. And she sees him being successful with the Nine of Pentacles energy. This Nine of Pentacles comes out later, and I'll tell you where it is when it comes out. But she sees him as she's evaluating, as she chooses herself, as she chooses to make her own long-term success. She starts to see that when she detaches, he grows into a king and he becomes confident and more successful, and he has better self-esteem to come into his power. Okay, that's what happens in the heart space for the feminine. In the 3D space, well, it's like from this battle, he's laid down. He's laid down, he's recuperating, he's resting, he's healing from his wounds. So what happens afterwards? Well, he's still wounded. Nine of Swords. He's wounded, he's mentally affected, he's stressed out, he's feeling insecure, but he's starting to get enlightened. This Hanged Man is about enlightenment, right? The crown of illumination, this light is around his head. He's learning how to let go of things that don't serve him and this connection, whether it's people, situations, things, whatever it may be. He's being enlightened as he started, because he started to recuperate, because he withdrew. Okay? And so this withdrawal has him a little stressed out, but he is learning things through the Hanged Man's energy. Okay? Remember, Four of Swords and Hanged Man, it's like the relationship is suspended at this time, but he's learning. Okay? And so what is he learning? Two of Cups, that he wants to come back together with his feminine and be the King of Wands. King of Wands, a match to her after tarot heart space. So what happens after he realizes, he gets enlightened, he wants to reunite with his queen? He comes forward quickly as the Knight. And I'm okay with this Knight. I am. You all know how I feel about it. I'm okay with this Knight because in his current energy, he is the King of Wands, and it matches there in her heart space. So I know that when he comes forward with action, she's going to see him as a king and not a knight, and he will be a king and not a knight. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So now, in her 3D space, well, she was like, I wanted to have a family with him. I wanted to, have this legacy. I wanted to work as a team. These are all the things that she wanted. And now she's kind of like, maybe I'm going to manifest my own destiny, my own life, my own success, because I'm guarding my heart, because I'm going to be my independent self. I'm going to be confident in my own self, right? This is Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles just came up for him. Where did it come up? Oh, it came up in her after tarot, in her heart space. And that's where she sees her King of Wands, becoming more independent. And in the 3D, she will be independent and successful and confident as well. And she will move forward slowly. When she moves forward, what's going to happen in the 3D? Ten of Swords. Cycle ends. I've been telling a lot of people, it's like you have to surrender your attachment to union, to what he's doing. It's none of your business right now, okay? Your transformation is none of your business right now. Focus on your evolution, on your movement forward, on your self-discovery, like this divine feminine, the collective, right? In her heart, she's like, I know I wanted to be with him. I wanted to create a legacy. I wanted to have a family. I wanted to work as a team. But all this conflict happened. And in her heart, she's like, you know what? I'm choosing myself. I'm going to choose to walk away and to go into my higher self with the Hermit's card. Okay, and go into my journey and maybe create my own long-term success. And when she does that, he becomes the king. When she surrenders this connection and focuses on herself and her long-term plans, he becomes a king, and it shows. King of Wands, he becomes a king, and in his 3D space, he becomes a king. Bottom of the deck for the before tarot, Five of Wands. Makes a lot of sense, right? They're fighting. They're fighting. There's conflict. Five of Wands is a dupe to her headspace, right? This is what they've been doing. Five of Wands. What is in the after tarot? Knight of Swords. Somebody comes forward with their truth and they're ready to cut things out. Do you see the Knight of Swords here? He's like cutting anybody that gets in his way. It gets in the way of his truth and the connection. All right? So in the after tarot, I'm going to read this top down this time because I haven't been doing that. But before, where was he before? Well, he was operating, or he was starting to become deceitful again. And he knew that. So he threw himself into his work and took a step back from the connection and retreated so that he can learn. So what happens? He gets in the devil's energy, right? Remember, Five of Cups, he's sad, he's regretful, he's thinking about all these things, what he did, what happened. He's reminiscing, Six of Cups, and it's stressing him out, okay? That maybe this connection is over, but I want her back. Who's her? Queen of Wands. He wants reunion with the Queen of Wands, but he is learning at this time. So the relationship is suspended. He's guarding his heart, but he's also going to fight for this connection because he wants a new beginning. He wants reunion with the Two of Cups. Then we have victory. He wants victory. He's planning for victory because he knows he will step into his power as the King of Wands. Okay? Then lastly, he's going to choose the contract. He's going to come together as a team with you, be able to give and receive, and he's going to come forward quick once he fully manifests himself into the King of Wands. Again, I keep saying to the feminines, you do not need to be there for his transformation. You are not his savior, okay? You are your own savior. Fix yourself, evolve yourself, grow yourself. And it helps him. It helps him evolve. We're just seeing this in the reading. So you don't need to be there for his transformation. If you choose you, he's going to choose himself, and he's going to come forward as the king, okay? Sorry, I had to take a sip of tea there. Okay, so now for her top down. Well, she wanted a family. She wanted success. She wanted to be a team. All right, she wanted to birth this family. She wanted to create a legacy. This is what she wanted. But instead, what happened? Well, they got into conflict. She's evaluating this relationship about what she's going to manifest next. And I feel like it's a little bit more of a selfish energy because she's going to choose herself. So then what happens? She's retreating. She walks away from the connection and she guards her heart. Right? That makes sense. There's conflict with other people. Okay? There's other people involved. So she's like, you know what? I don't need this other people situation. I'm going to go back into my hermit's journey. I am going to retreat and withdraw from this connection and continue along my higher self and be successful with the Nine of Pentacles. Then we have that she is reminiscing, Six of Cups. Because again, remember, she did want this Ten of Pentacles, but she knows it's going to be slow and steady. She knows it's going to take time, and she's going to need to be patient, but she's going to focus and choose herself while he is evolving. So what happens in the future, right? She fights for herself. She defends her connection. She fights for her love, for this love offer that's coming, and maybe that's even her own love that she feels about herself. But choosing herself, fighting for herself, defending her connection, what happens? He turns into the King of Wands, and he becomes confident, and so does she. And the cycle ends with the Ten of Swords. The cycle ends. So now, what is the message from the masculine to the feminine? First card out, Ace of Fire, Ace of Wands. That's in his heart, that he wants reunion and a new beginning. It says here, an exciting new opportunity. Change your life now. He's changing himself now so he can be a higher vibrational match within this contract, a good partner, so that he's open to receiving love and giving love to you. And once he changes, right, change your life now, he will come forward. That has been clarified by the High Priestess, which is like he's going to go within. He's going to go within. He's going to, come to his conclusion, because right now he's a little trapped with the Eight of Swords, but Nine of Pentacles. He will be successful. It's the third time this came out. Nine of Pentacles with the King of Wands in the heart space for the feminine. Nine of Pentacles in the 3D for the feminine. He's going to be successful, and he's going to come for you. Eight of Wands. There will be quick movement forward. Remember, in the 3D space, we had Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is quick movement forward. So this new beginning is the foundation of all this. He's telling you, feminine, I want this new beginning. I'm going within. I'm trying to be the wiser. I'm a little trapped right now, but I will be successful, and I will come forward. I will come forward. What does the feminine want to say to the masculine? Well, we got to balance out our energies, right? There's too much fighting. Five of Swords, Five of Wands, Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups. There's like too many fives. It's challenging. We're guarding ourselves too much, and we need to operate from love. So she's saying here, there's a need for us to balance. There's a need for us to cooperate and compromise. Five of Swords, Five of Wands is not cooperation. Seven of Wands is not cooperation and compromise. So what she's saying is, hey, we've got to balance this out. We have to balance this out so that we can have the Ten of Cups and we can have the Eight of Pentacles, right? We have to work hard at this. We have to work as a team on this to have the Ten of Cups. She's saying that. that in order for us to come together and have this emotional bliss, we got to work hard at balancing our energies out. What does the universe say? Release. This is the devil. Okay? Remember, the devil was the first card out for him in his headspace. The universe is saying, end this phase of your connection. End this phase. Spiritual transformation. Okay? Is this the death card or the devil? I think I forget. But anyway, let me just double check. So this is about, it's a time to move on. So this is a spiritual transformation. So actually, I feel like it's the death card. So, yeah. So, because ego is the devil, I'm sorry. So this is the death card. This is about release. This is about transforming the relationship. Your relationship is at this, the universe saying this couple, this is the end of a phase. And remember, I just said we got the 10 of swords in the 3D and the 10 of swords in the connective energy. They are ending a cycle. And so what else came out with that? Well, the universe is saying you're ending a cycle. You're going through a spiritual transformation. This is the death card. It's time to move on from this old cycle. Stop the fighting, masculine and feminine. 5 of Wands again. 5 of Wands came out 3 times. In the before tarot for them, in her headspace, and now the message from the universe. The universe is saying, Spirit is saying, stop the fighting. End this situation. End this fight. Start to love again. Okay? Love your queen. I just really feel like maybe the masculine's kind of putting his foot in it right now and not coming forward. Maybe not putting his wand down of fighting. So I just feel like this is the universe saying for both of them, okay? Put the wands down. Empress, Divine Feminine, create space where you can compromise, where you can cooperate with each other, so you can come into this Ace of Cups energy and birth this new beginning with this Empress energy. Okay, the bottom of the deck for these messages, 2 of Air. Yeah, it makes sense. Right now, people are unwilling to make decisions. We're at a stalemate. So the universe is saying, release that energy. What's the bottom of the deck for the clarifiers? 5 of Pentacles. Get out of this rejection mode. Get out of this lack mentality. Get out of this abandonment mentality. You can't really abandon each other. You're connected as twins. So release this 5 of Wands energy. Create a safe place of love and rebirth this connection in a new way, in a balanced way. Bottom of the deck for the current energies and the future energies. 10 of Swords. They're ending a cycle. We're ending a cycle. I'm telling you, 12-12 portal, ending a cycle and going to start anew after the winter solstice. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. So where are they currently in their connection? That's how they're relating to each other individually. Those are the messages that they have for each other, and we have a message from the universe. Now, what do they want? Connective energy for both of them. What do they both want? Where are they? 6 of Swords. They want to move into something smoother. They want to honor the contract with the Hierophant, but they're feeling a little insecure at this time. 9 of Swords. That's a dupe card to his 3D space. He's feeling a little insecure, a little stressed. Okay, they're both feeling that way. 6 of Pentacles, but they want to give and receive equally. That came out in the after tarot for his heart. People are going to start to get into this energy where they can give love and receive love. And then what happens? The Fool, a new beginning after this 10 of Swords. And then what happens? 4 of Wands, commitment. The Fool came out with the 4 of Wands. Usually I only pick 5 cards, but the Fool and the 4 of Wands flew out together right after the 6 of Pentacles, and I took it. They want this. They want a new beginning. They want to come back together. They want to be partners. They want this marriage. They want a contract. They want it. They want to move into a smoother time. But right now they're feeling a little stressed, and they're trying to get their hearts into a place where they can give and receive. What happens in the future? Well, they start to work as a team. 3 of Pentacles, dupe to her before tarot. 3 of Pentacles, they'll work together as a team. They'll complete the cycle, thank God, with the World card. And the Emperor, the masculine, comes into his power. What did I just say? When you release him, he comes into his power. The King of Wands then in the future becomes the divine masculine, and this lack mentality, he becomes enlightened. He lets that go. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles, which is this nurturing energy. They nurture each other. They're grounded. And Six of Cups, reunion. Six of Cups in his heart, Six of Cups in her headspace. They come back together. They come back together. They're going to come back together. So, I mean, that's awesome. I love that. I'm going to pull 5 cards from the Lenormand, just any other special messages from the universe. I'm going to do it real time right here. So those of you who want to see the shuffling, this is your prime opportunity. 5 cards from the universe on this connection. What is the message? Okay. Okay, one more. Oh, that was quick. Okay. Nice. Bottom of the deck. Tower, but this is a different tower. This tower is all about protection. Protection over the connection. Okay? We have the dog. The dog is the first card that flew out. This is about loyalty. Remember, he's got 7 of Swords in the before, but in the after, he gets the Hierophant with the 2 of Wands. So he becomes loyal. But that was a struggle. It was a challenge. It was a mountain to move. But he's successful in it. And then we have the Park, followed by the Key. Okay, so I don't pull the Park very often, but the Park in this deck means that it is about a reunion. It says, you will find me in a reunion. This is about a place where relationships are forged. It's about, it's public, right? It's a very public card. So maybe it's about, you know, promoting yourself or your relationship, and maybe people come out in the public that they are a couple. Okay, this is very much a card that is about being social. It's very much like a 3 of Cups card, which we got the 3 of Cups in his heart space. Okay, and then what it says is the contemporary meaning of this card is that, yeah, it's very much about, you know, like a public forum, maybe like publicly declaring your relationship. So maybe it was like he was being sneaky in the past, hiding the connection, right? But then he's learning through this change, through this cycle, that he wants to do the right thing. He wants to be your partner. He wants to be successful in this connection. So he becomes loyal. And that was, boy, was it a mountain and a challenge to come through. But there is success, and he publicly acknowledges the connection, and that is the key. That is the key. This protection card, the universe is protecting this connection. The universe is absolutely has been protecting this connection. I'm telling you. And just when I said that, it was 3311. 33 threes are like the divine, working with the divine, co-creating with the divine. 11 is the twin flame number, right? I mean, and then 2 of Wands is what he picks. And so I just feel like the universe has your back. And so with this final card of the Key, it's like everything then gets unlocked. This is what we needed. This is what we needed. It needed to be unlocked. This energy of his, the 7 of Swords energy, needed to be released. And it does get released. And it was a huge mountain to push. And he is going to be successful. He will publicly declare his love. And that was the key that was required to create the safe place for the feminine to then completely open her heart again. Wow. Like, wow. That just came to me like real time as I was channeling. That is the missing piece. him becoming loyal, becoming successful in that, pushing that mountain out of the way, choosing his relationship and publicly declaring it is the key to success. And owning this connection is the other thing that I'm getting for this couple. I really feel like this is a message for the masculine, but the feminine really needs to hear it, that when he pushes through these challenges, that he will be successful. A lot of people ask, is he going to do the work? Is he going to do the work? Well, first of all, I always say, kind of none of your business, okay? None of your business. Focus on yourself. But the universe is telling those of you that want to know, and I have to honor the message, he will be loyal. It was a big mountain to push. He will be successful. He will publicly recognize and choose you, and that unlocks and unleashes this relationship into this new birth. That this release, right? This just came up. Release. This key opens it up and releases you from this fight and unleashes this love with the Ace of Cups and births this new connection with the Empress's energy. This key releases all of that. The fight, the love starts to pour out, and we birth something new. Wow. And the universe is protecting the Tower. The universe is protecting the connection. Believe it. Believe it. I believe it. All right, well, hopefully this resonated with all of you. Let me know, please, in your comments. And again, thank you so much for all the support, all of your kindness, all of your words while I was sick. I really feel like this collective pulling together and helping me through my time of illness. It's been 2 weeks. It's been a long sickness. And interestingly enough, on the 12th of December is when I have my best day after the 2 weeks that I actually feel really good to do this reading for all of you. And so I really feel like it was the energy of my tribe here, this team, this collective, my friends, my family, my support, all of you that I know and that I don't know. Thank you all for praying for me and sending me all your loving energy. I'm so grateful for all of you and for this work that I do. It just makes me emotional. I'm so grateful for all of you. And thank you so much for allowing me to be on your journey. And yeah, again, if there's anything I could do, and if you want to book your own personal reading, please go to queenoflight1111.com and book a session, and I will do your personal reading and give you guidance on your specific situation, okay? Have a great night. It's so great to be back. Bye, everyone.